Hello once again, Star Wars Unboxing fans. Welcome to another episode of Darth Tuba Star Wars Unboxing Show. I'm your host, Darth Tuba, here with part 4, count them, 4 of the Disney Haul videos. This is the final video of the Disney trip that we did. I will say that at this point, I'm almost ready to be going back again. But although I will say this next trip is not really a pleasure trip, it's a work trip. I have to go and help move our daughter back. But, we're going to take a stroll through the parks one last time before she comes up. More for her than us. We'll be back in November and then again in the summer again. So, it's exciting. And, there have been things that I wanted to get over the years. I've seen things that new product that was released, and I was really excited to add it to the collection. I do want to quickly point out that at the time of this recording, this is probably not going out until close to September, but at the time of this recording, we had just come off of the D23, and I think I talked a little bit about, I'm really excited about the new attractions that are coming. I'm not a person who's a purist and you need to keep everything exactly the way it is. I'm all for updating and changing, and I have the memories of those things. I don't have that much sentimentality, which is weird, you would think, because I'm a collector of Star Wars. But I am, excited to see where and the direction that things go. So I'm good with that. But what I did want to talk about is the product. They had quite a few cool D23 items exclusive to the D23 event. And then once the event concluded, then the DisneyStore.com opened up ordering for the remaining stock. While the magnum opus of Disney Star Wars collecting was the Star Speeder 3000. Okay, this is like a figure 3 3/4 inch sized Star Speeder 3000 vehicle, not Star Speeder 1000, which is the one that's currently being used in the Star Tours story. Which is actually supposedly taking place earlier, although, when you do the events, you're all over the place. First Order, Empire, pre-Empire, you're doing all the different wings, which is fine. But then I think they took the same mold and they made a 3000, Star Speeder 3000, and included in that a really cool thing where there's actually a footage from the original Star Tours, which is the old 1980s, or actually I should say 1990s, and it came with a Captain Rex. It came with an R2 figure. I think it might have come with 2 of Captain Rex. There's one you can put in the thing and one you can take out. Well, sad to say, I tried to get it. I tried to go on, and I went into the queue, and I was like 44,000th in line, so I kind of had a feeling that I was going to miss out. And sure enough, by the time it only took about 10 minutes to get through those 44,000. And I think part of the reason for that is that at some point it was sold out, and then all these people just stopped and they just, I'm out. And that's all I wanted. It's not there, so I was not able to get it. Am I upset? Not really. I have a Star Speeder 1000, and my thought was, well, if I get the Star Speeder 3000, then I'll probably end up selling off the Star Speeder 1000 to help, offset the cost, because it was $300. And if I had been there, I could have used my AP discount. But without that, all I would have gotten was free shipping. I did, however, pick up a few other items that were exclusive to D23. I will do them in a future unboxing. I believe they shipped today, so I should get them within the next couple of days. And then when I'm done with my other unboxings that are backed up here, I will be sure to share that out with all of you. Okay, but I did not get the Star Speeder 3000. Now, who knows? They may decide to produce this and put it in the theme parks, maybe without the exclusive Captain Rex or something of that nature. If they do, great. If they don't, I'm okay with it. All right. I was looking for it, hoping I could get it. Didn't happen. Not going to shed a tear. As you can see, there's no shortage of Star Wars merch, and that's what we're going to talk about today. First thing out of the gate I want to talk about actually is this little guy. Okay, this is the Galaxy's Edge T16 Skyhopper. This is essentially the toy that Luke Skywalker's playing with when C-3PO is getting his oil bath, and he's like, "It just isn't fair. Biggs is right. I'm never gonna get out of here." That's the line he's saying as he's like kind of playing around with his little Skyhopper. Now they have released this as an action figure toy back in the 90s, early 2000s, I think. And I have that, but this one I think was just interesting to me because it's like the Galaxy's Edge thing. So, and I think about Obi-Wan in the Obi-Wan series and how he, excuse me, in the Obi-Wan series and how he, you know, brought the toy to young Luke, and then, you know, Owen threw it back at him, and you know, it was interesting. Right? Before I get too caught up with this, let me just make sure there's nothing here at the bottom. No, we are good. We are good. Read the instructions. Check this out. All right, so this is pretty simple. It looks like we have like a little kind of a only be described as a little protection plastic thing here. And I'm trying to keep the. Yeah, it looks like this is something that can definitely break if you're not careful. So give me a second here to really make sure that I'm being careful with this. Okay, so that's like it's, I guess, gun or something. It's kind of flexible, which I like. It's a little less rigid. And of course we have the top here. Make sure that, oh yeah, fits right in. Nice. And then let's see, is right, yeah, looks like, boom, sounds like that, and boom, like that. So there you go. Now it's not, you can tell, now it's interesting, this is about the size of the original Power, I guess it was Power of the Force, maybe, yeah, it was Power of the Force or Power of the Jedi that released a Skyhopper, and this is about the same size. I don't think it's the same mold necessarily, but it is around the same size. But if you look closely, you can see the figures. I mean, you can't take them out or anything, but they're only about 1.5 inches, maybe 2 inches. Okay, so this is definitely more to scale. You know, and then there's Luke kind of doing this, and he kind of works on something here, and they put it down. It just isn't fair. I'm never gonna get out of here. So it's really just a model. It doesn't do anything. Okay. It doesn't shoot anything, I don't believe. There's no electronics to it. It is really simply a model. And you know what? I'm okay for that. I'm here for that. And I'll tell you why. Because, you know, the electronics are great. I love that. But the electronics essentially don't do anything eventually. And then when they sit here in my collection, eventually the batteries go dead and I have to take them out. I can replace them, but they're just going to go dead again. So this is not just nice to kind of have a display piece. All right. Only downside is that it has a larger footprint than you probably would want it to be. I don't, oh, these things do come out, so what happens if I reverse them? I mean, I guess I could do that. You know, like that, but it doesn't really take, you're not really saving much space, so yeah, no, we won't be doing that. We're good with this. All right, so we're gonna get this baby fit the right way. Cool. Toydarian Toy Maker version. All right. Next thing we're going to talk about is my R2 unit, okay? Now, you know, we already did a video with this, and excuse me while I focus on getting this guy out of the container, which is always a little tricky, because it's very, very tight in there. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Okay. So this is my R2 that I did, and actually I specifically designed him for, he's going to actually be my marching band school mascot, so anybody who watches the channel, you can expect to see this little guy kind of adorning our band room, so that's where he's going. I did pick up a couple of things I wanted to just kind of set up just to show. First, we have the R-Series serving tray. Now this was actually something that I picked up in the Character Warehouse. And it was much discounted. So I don't know, you know, I'm not going to leave it on this droid. I think I will probably attach it to a different droid, but since I have the droid here, we'll test it out with him. All right, so it looks like he's got, and if this bar attachment, if you recall in Return of the Jedi, when 3PO is an R2, you know, I have need for you and the Master's sail barge, and I think you fill in nicely. So that was a fun little moment, and let's see. So this is basically it. It's a little piece like this, and then you have the two. Looks like you. Oh, I see. You have one piece like this, and it looks like there's only one way for this to work, and it just rests right there, right? And then the rest of this, you've got the serving arm, which really doesn't. I don't think the serving arm really does anything. I think it's just. Gotcha. Just kind of fits in like that. All right, so you can do all sorts of different things there, right? And then you got your drinks, and the drinks are just little drinks, and they all just kind of fit on here. They all snap on. This will be very easy to transfer to, and if you have multiple droids, they even come pre-filled. I mean, you can't actually. I don't think. I would not recommend. I mean, you could use this as an actual serving. I meant to do that. A little shortcut. Oh, let's see. Did I break it? No, I don't think I broke it. I think it just. I think we're gonna actually get this thing to real riveting television here on Darth Tuba Star Wars Unboxing Show. Only got one more drink. Let's get him in there. Yeah, these things don't really stay together. It's kind of annoying. But yeah, they don't really. Maybe if it gets warm enough or cold enough. There we go. So there it is. There he is. You can, or I guess you can. Yeah, it's very loose, very loosey goosey. I guess you can go the other way too, like that. And then this guy can spin around. And he can, I suppose he can. Did I lose a drink? I lost a drink. I wonder if I could put him like, no. So this like just like fills up the drinks. So where are the drinks? That's the only thing. That's my only question. Where are the drinks coming from? Does he have a dispenser? All right, now notice that this is a little bit wiggly, so I'm gonna go back around the way, and I do believe this is the way it looks when R2 does it. Yeah, this seems to fit better. And these kind of fit actually on the arms themselves. So there you go. Very nice, very cool. Nice little additive, a little extra. And now something that you can get on sale. I don't know if they're still available at Character Warehouse. I will tell you that a lot of the Star Wars items, particularly Galaxy's Edge things, don't last. People go. Part of it is because people will go smuggling for other people, and then they'll actually like pick up like 10 of them, and just because they're very cheap. I think this was $5 off from 18, so it's pretty good. All right, but I'm gonna take this off. I'm gonna rest it here. I'm going to take this guy off because I have another extender, and this is actually going to stay on him permanently, and that is the R-Series drum accessory kit. That's right, folks. And an even set includes drums, cymbals, drumsticks, and personality chip with unique sound effects. We are so doing this, all right? Because as I said, I don't mind sharing. You know, people who watch the channel. I know a lot of my students and maybe family and their families watch my channel. So. In fact, that might be my only audience. Who knows? But this is an homage to a scene from Boba Fett where there was a band, a droid band, well, partially droid band in the one area, and there was actually a droid playing drums. You know, I don't know if it was exactly like these drums. I think that it was a little bit different, but. I have to open up all the cardboard, guys, because sometimes I get a little bit rushed and I put stuff out there and then I realize, oh wait, that's not included. But okay, so this guy, all right, he's good. Looks like some type of a symbol, like a spacey symbol, which is good. And then we got. More plastic kind of support structures. His arms, legs. Not exactly sure what that is. Okay, is this? Oh, the warranty, which is like really tiny. Now these look like set of what some, you know, in the marching band world they've had several names. Sometimes they call them quads if they have 4 drums. Sometimes they call them quints if they have 5 drums. And sometimes they're just in general called tenors. So that's all well and good. All right. So the only thing it didn't include, there was not an instruction here. I don't think that little thing wasn't an instruction. Nope, nothing in there. Okay. So we'll look at it and hope for the best. So we got drum, 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 drum. Looks like they. Alrighty. So you got 2 things here. But I don't see how you put them in with these. Why is that so... Oh, there it is. I got it. Boom. There you go. That's your drums. They kind of rest right here. Now, these are interesting because it looks like... Did they design this to fit in like that? Oh yeah, they kind of lock in. That's cool. Alright. And they fall off. I think once you get everything locked in with them, it will make more sense. Okay. You know what? I think I'm going to try doing this without putting these together like this. I don't anticipate these being like the most popular thing, unless, again, people like me who are marching band. I'm a marching band director for those who aren't part of my band and my program. And this is what I do for my day job, is music and marching band, which is awesome. I love it. And before I get too comfortable with this, I also want to take out my current chip and replace it with the drummer chip. Okay, he's in there, door shut. Okay, now I'm just gonna have to look at the... All right. Oh, so it apparently there's a symbol up top, and that goes there, okay. And then there is another symbol attachment. Let's see, if I'm doing it like this way, it looks like it would be somewhere over here. And where would that be? Oh, I see. All right, so, oh, that's what this is for. So you can do one or the other, and this one just kind of clips right there. Cool. And as far as you use these handle doors here, and looks as though oh, I think I understand, maybe. I'm not 100% sure here. Do they go in? Because it's like, Joy not included. I love it. Drumsticks, cymbals. So we have 4 sets or 2 sets of drumsticks. That's an interesting, and they're all kind of the same. So it makes me wonder if they're supposed to go into these little things right here. I'm just gonna, oh, I guess maybe I can pull these out. I don't know. Yeah, these seem like they're just... I guess that's alright. Seems like loosey-goosey. Oh, wait. Oh, wait a minute. I think I know what it is. I think I know what to do. Yeah, these things definitely go in the... There's like, they take the place of the handle ones here, so. Okay, and this one. Okay, so you got your drum handle there, right? But I don't know Oh, I see. That's where they put that. Okay. I'm not quite sure where these go. Unless there is another... It doesn't really say. And I don't see any other places for it. So I guess I'm going to keep these out. But let's get this thing like that. Now, I'm looking at this, and I'm seeing how... Okay, why is this? So it looks like, okay, I'm getting the sense that these should be, I mean, I think I might have had them in the reverse. Let's go like this. Yeah, I had them reversed. Easy mistake. Riveting television, I know. Fast forward if you want. I definitely want to see what the sound chip is. Oh yeah, there you go, that's better. Okay, this came apart, which I figured it would. But now, once I get these together, these are pretty well locked in. There it is. All right, there you go. Now, gotta get my controller here. Just like a drummer. Sorry. Just kidding to my drummer students. I'm only teasing. I love you guys, you know that. Just gotta be careful with it. Okay. I love it. And I want to get this. Oh, now the question is, can you run it like this? I don't think you can. Or, yeah, I don't think you. I don't. Maybe it'll work. No, it doesn't work. Right, so it has to be flat. All right, so you got to. So make sure that when you're doing this, you set it up so that this guy is going just this way. In fact, I might. Well, no, I'll leave the third leg there. And it does lock in place pretty well. It's just, yeah, my only complaint about this is just that these both for the bar set and for the drum set, these pegs that keep them in, they're really loose. Although maybe that's by design, but it's just like, now that you do this, it's easy to have it. So maybe just like give it a little bit of pullback, just a bit, but not too much, otherwise it's gonna fall apart. In fact, it just did. So you gotta just give it a tiny bit of pullback. I don't know if you can hear it. Keeps good time. All right, that is awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, good going. I'm gonna take him and just lay him around over here. I'm gonna keep all of his extra stuff in the bag, and we're good. All right, so awesome, awesome, awesome. And that leaves only one other item. The final item, what I think is the coup d'etat, the item of the summer, and that is the chess set. From what I understand, this is the Galactic Archive series chess set. And from what I understand, this is an actual working chess set, meaning, of course, you know, they have a game that you can actually play. Now, I'll read the thing in the back. In a unique partnership with Lucasfilm, the Star Wars Galactic Archive series is an exclusive library and collector-focused item from the Lucasfilm archive to life, with screen-accurate premium details and enhanced playable features. I love that idea. I hope that this is successful enough that Disney and Lucasfilm will continue this, because let's face it, we would all love to have prop replicas. Easy does it. We would all love to have prop replicas, okay? But the reality of it is, they would cost more than our home, so there's not much we can do about that. But this is a way to indulge in some fun setup. Feel like you're in the Star Wars universe with a prop replica that's, you know, slightly altered to make more sense. And there you have it. It's the chessboard. Is it screen accurate? Well, I would say no. There are buttons and things missing on it, but I will also say that this is something that I feel is, oh, this is cool. This is a USB charged thing. So there's no, I guess you can have batteries, because there does seem to be a double screwdriver here, so maybe they give you the option. So let me look here. Looks like we have a charging device. This is one I will definitely keep the box. I think I'm going to keep this stored here for at least right now. And it doesn't come with a Dejarik electric board game, and it actually has rules. So who knows? Will I play this? Oh my goodness, there's actually even like diagram cards of different moves. That's a really cool thing. It's a really cool feature. So those who have an affinity for chess might enjoy this. Now the question I have is if this thing has a power on button, because I would imagine it did, but getting started, each player turns at the start. Okay, well, it doesn't really say how the game ends, all right? So I'm not seeing any, I'm looking for the switch, I don't see a switch, so I'm guessing, there's a speaker here, so it definitely has some sound. But I'm not seeing. All right, so I'm not gonna, you know, I'll charge it up and then I'll let you know, but we'll see how that goes. But then we'll give you our creatures here. These might look a little familiar as they are. Ooh. I don't know if they're I don't think it's magnetic, but these are kind of facsimiles to the Phil Tippett. Yeah, these turn. That's interesting. Okay, so this is a whole thing. This is a game. So that's cool. I'm here for it. I think maybe when I'm all done with my unboxing, I might just leave this over here, and I'll let it charge here. So it seems like there's 8 pieces, and it has like places you move on the board. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it out. I'm going to try to play. I don't know if you can play. Yeah, it looks like it's a power cord thing that you have to kind of power up. I don't know if it just automatically powers up. But when I'm done, maybe I'll try to get it plugged in so you can say, R2, what are you doing? I talked about this. Don't be like a normal drummer, right? Follow directions. Thank you. All right, so, whoops. Okay, so they're not magnetic. But it appears to be like that there's things on the bottom that they turn to represent different things. So obviously these aren't going to move in stop motion, but I do believe that they light up when you put them down once this thing is charged, so, or at least powered. So that's a pretty cool thing. They really have upped their game at Disney parks with all of the stuff that they've come out with. And I recognize, you know, this. I do want to address that too. You know, there's been a lot of chatter, like just in the normal, you know, in the non-Disney world and the Disney world, about how Disney's very expensive and it's becoming like pricing people out. And I recognize that, and I do understand that for many that can be a challenge. And I also think that there are those who feel that it's too much planning and too much you know, stress leading up to the trip that makes it something that people don't want to do. And to that I would say, to each their own. If you feel that way, I understand. There are plenty of things that I know. I have family and friends that would never go to Disney. That would be the last place they'd want to go. They want to go to the beach, or they want to go camping, or they want to go to, you know, they want to go to a Airbnb and just read a book, you know, in front of a fireplace, and that's great. Those are all wonderful things. I have colleagues and friends who go to Europe, and you know, they would always say to me like, "Why do you keep going to Disney? Why do you keep doing that?" I say, "Well, why do you keep going to Europe?" It's like, well, I like to go and enjoy the cafes and enjoy the entertainment and enjoy this. I say, it's exactly why I go to Disney. But I also recognize that there is a hustle and bustle, and that can be very, that could be a turnoff to a lot of people. And I also understand that they have been accused of, and probably rightfully so, of nickel and diming, meaning they what things that used to be complimentary or things that used to kind of come with the experience when you just bought your ticket, your park ticket or your hotel reservation, seem to now cost extra in some cases. And I get that. I get the frustration of that. I also get why Disney does it. I understand that, you know, if you have a certain profit margin and then things cost more money to make and produce and do, that means your profit margin is going down. And if your profit margin goes down, then shareholders get upset, and that devalues the stock. You know, and that's the whole thing. That's business, and it's a very challenging thing. And I think because Disney's into family entertainment, some tend to misinterpret that as being charitable. They're not charitable. I mean, they do charity like a lot of companies do, but they are a business, and they have to earn a certain amount of money for their shareholders. So if they don't, then it's a problem. I understand that. Having said that, I also feel Disney, you had to make some tough calls during, I know nobody in Disney's watching, but in case anybody ever does, I know you had to make some tough calls during COVID and make some cuts, but I think we're slowly coming out of that, and I think that there are very simple things that you can do. Yes, they might cost a little money, but you can do them, and that will drive back the guests in droves. And one very simple thing is bringing back Magical Express, which those who don't know is Disney's bus service to and from the Orlando International Airport, which was free. It was included in your park, your hotel stay, and it was fantastic. I mean, not as good as getting an Uber, you get directly to your room, but it was a great way to, the magic began right when you got to the airport. So I know it's expensive to run that. I knew that they were partnering with Mears, and I know Mears, when people don't realize that Mears during COVID put a lot more of the expense onto Disney, I think maybe hoping that they would shut it down so that Mears could get back into doing what they do, which is normal, just regular service. But having said that, it would be cool if we could bring that back. Other than that, I feel like I understand the cuts that have been made, and I understand that there's a lot with merchandise. What I've purchased is only a tiny tip of the iceberg. There's so much out there. I'm not going to get all of it. I pick and choose. All right, but this thing I thought was really cool, and am I going to play it? I don't know. It's kind of cool. It works as a display piece, in my opinion, just as well as it would work as a game. But I have the game play here. I have the features, so perhaps I'll play it. We'll see. That'll do it. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, hit the notification button. Thank you for watching this series of Disney Park merchandise haul, both from the parks, from Galaxy's Edge, from the Character Warehouse, from Lakeland Antique Center. There's been like lots of different locations that we picked up some products. So we're excited to move on to other things. We got some great other things coming on, on the docket. I think I have about 3 more episodes I got to do. So yeah, it's kind of crazy. I think I'll be getting episodes kind of pre-recorded through September by the time I'm done. So thanks so much for watching. Until next time, may the Force. Oh, and thanks to Red 5 Network for supporting the channel. Everybody, check out all the Red 5 content. Until next time, may the Force and the toys be with you. And don't forget, let the Wookiee win.